Hi guys, let's have a serious talk about inequality. Rich got richer and poor got poorer. I hear this mantra all the times, and today we're gonna check whether it's actually true or it's just another leftist propaganda. This video is not going to be about my own opinion, instead we're gonna look at the real data over time. So get ready to be shocked. The reason why I decided to make this video was a tweet from Elizabeth Warren. Trickle-down economics has never been anything other than a myth. We need to make rich and powerful pay their fair share, put power and money in hands of working people and build our economy from the bottom up. Warren attached an article about huge study to support her statement. So let's check it out. This Business Insider article is quite a disappointment, a bunch of socialist cliché and very little of actual data. The only relevant point they make is that billionaires now hold 3% of share of the global wealth, up from 1% from 1995. At the first glance, it actually looks like capitalism is evil and it serves only the rich, and the situation got worse 3 times since 1995. But wait, 1 billion in 1995 and 2022 are two different things because we have something called inflation. It's just an unfair comparison. 1 billion now is only 540 millions back in 1995. Another, much bigger problem here is that the amount of the global wealth actually grew up a lot since 1995, even adjusting to inflation. According to the World Bank, the real global wealth got doubled since 1995, and the population only got increased by 37%. Imagine you have a pie, and 1% of it is owned by evil people. And then you have 2 pies, and 3% of it is owned by evil people. So, in 1995, non-evil population owned 99 pieces of the pie, and now they own 194 pieces. Adjusting to the population growth, each member of non-billionaire population actually owns 46% more, which sounds like a real improvement to me, meaning that Warren and the article lied to us. What about the actual study they are referring to? Let's check it out. The study starts from the average income comparison, which makes sense because for the normal person, the important thing is the income, not the wealth. Here, they compare top 10%, meaning rich people, and bottom 50%, which is low middle class to poor people. The average income of a person from T10 is 38 times higher than the person from B50 in 2020. I don't know is it high or low, but if we compare to 1995, the ratio back then was 50 times. Clearly things got better here, and actually this is the lowest ratio it was for the last 120 years. What about top 1% compared to bottom 50? 1% is being demonized by socialists like Bernie Sanders, and if you ask a random person how many times the income of T1 individual is greater from the individual of B50, the answer probably will be like 10,000s or 100,000s, but the actual reality that it's only 144 times greater. And again, things got a lot better since 1995 and trend is going down. Now let's check the most evil 0.1%. 602 times of a difference. That's a lot for sure, but not as much as you probably thought. And again, compared to 95, it's kind of better. Why don't we celebrate these achievements of capitalism? Well, nobody cares about poor people. Everyone cares about middle class, and we all know that it's shrinking, right? This study defines middle class as people from 50 to 90% in the income spectrum. And here's the comparison of the share of the world income by top 10, middle 40 and bottom 50. Since 1995, T10 going down, M50 going up and B50 slowly going up. Middle class is actually growing, at least on the world scale. Amazing news, but not for Warren. You all know that to be in global 10%, you need to be from Europe or America because of white privilege and imperialism. Well, here is the share of global 10% by regions. Notice an extreme growth in Asia. These are countries like China, Malaysia and India, and many more countries who made it there recently, when Asia decided to switch from socialism to capitalism. But don't tell this to Bernie Sanders. Now it's time to look at the wealth distribution, which is naturally more unequal than income. The cynical explanation here is that rich people tend to invest their surplus of money, which grows exponentially over time. And poor people prefer to spend their money on iPhones, Gucci bags, expensive cars, and trips to Las Vegas. I don't judge people, but this is the bitter truth. Here is the share of wealth of top 0.01% compared to billionaires. For the top 0.01, it grew from 7.5% to 11% since 1995, which is 46% of a growth, compared to 300% growth in billionaires, which we've discussed. Now it's quite clear that measuring 0.01 is how you compare the wealth of the super rich, instead of comparing the wealth of billionaires, which is highly manipulative. When you compare billionaires, things are 6.5 times worse than they actually are. Nonetheless, the article was right. The share of the wealth of super rich actually went up. But maybe bottom 50% got its fair share as well? Here is the chart, and there is a growth of B50 from 1.6% to 2% since 1995. Well, that's definitely a progress. And keep in mind that global wealth, the pie, got doubled, meaning that the average man from bottom 50 got 82% more of the real wealth, which is great success. Finally, there is Western Europe vs United States comparison of the wealth. 1% in United States owns 36% compared to European owning only 22%, which tells us that US favors the rich and Europe favors the equality, and I think we all knew this before. What seems bizarre is that bottom 50% in US owns 6% compared to European 2%, meaning that capitalism in US are 3 times more beneficial to the bottom 50 compared to the Western Europe, which is truly shocking to me because I didn't expect this to be a case. Now I guess it's pretty clear from the report that capitalism actually benefiting everyone, but it's a leftist report, so there is an ultimate super weapon why capitalism is evil. And of course, it's climate change. Rich 10% emits more of CO2 per capita, and the most evil are United States of America. They don't care about Madagascar, who basically destroyed all its forests within the last 20 years, nor they care about Dominican Republic, who basically throw all the trash into the rivers and then it flows directly to the oceans. All these things are negligible compared to toxic CO2, which will warm the whole planet. I hope this video gave you lots of new knowledge. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!